Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Queen Cancer Tarot channel. Welcome, and good morning to everybody. I hope that you're doing well today. Let's get started with the reading. First, before we do that, I just want to welcome everyone new to the channel. Make sure you drop a like for me, subscribe to the channel, and also drop a yellow heart in the comment section. If you drop a yellow heart in the comment section, I will enter your name into the drawing for your chance to win a reading with me. I will be doing the winner announcements on the 1st of June. I will also be taking personal reading requests starting again in June. Okay. I go back to the doctor next week to have my sutures removed. My hand is still in a little bit of pain, you guys, so I didn't know it was like really going to last this long, but it's still hurting a little bit. So I am taking it easy. That's why I have not really uploaded a lot of videos. Okay. I've been busy on my other channels, but not really doing a lot. So have been taking it easy. Okay. But I should be full throttle in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Okay. 2 to 3 weeks. So I'm going to say around the first week, second week in June, no later than the second week in June. Okay. But I will let you guys know for sure. It could be the 2nd or the 9th. I'm not quite sure yet. It just depends on what my doctor says when I go next week to get my sutures removed. I will know more after that. Okay. So, hello everybody. For those of you who are new, I did recently have hand surgery. And so I'm just kind of giving a brief little update on my progress. And for everybody else, welcome back. And I did not do an extended on that last video, but I will be doing a members only later on today. And I'll likely be going live, okay, for members only, and I'll be doing some readings. So other than that, I hope you guys are doing well today. Let's get started with your reading. Like I said, this is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. All right, Cancer, what is going on with you guys today? Oh, so y'all feeling a little smexy, okay? A little smexy. Somebody is getting some smexy time in. Someone is feeling confident. You may be flirting with someone, Cancer. Someone could be flirting with you. Don't mind me if I drop the whole deck of cards because I'm not really... I'm holding the weight of the cards in my right hand. I can't really hold anything heavy in my left hand right now. So please check out my other channels though, you guys, while I'm on a break. I mean, please go and support me on my other 2 channels. I would so appreciate it, especially now while the channel is kind of on a little bit of a downturn right now while I'm healing. I knew this was going to happen. Last year has been a whirlwind for me with my health, but it is what it is. Those things are never really planned when they happen, right? Look, y'all, what just came out. Surgery, as we are talking about me having surgery. I've had a couple of surgeries in the past year, so I get it. But we have smexy here and we have surgery. So some of you are feeling attractive again. Maybe you had some sort of a cosmetic surgery. There's something that you had done that's making you feel better about yourself physically, or, even visually. Something is giving you confidence. There's an energy of having more confidence after this surgery. So some of you may be planning to have surgery. Okay. This could be, well. It can happen in the near future. And travel. Are you going to be traveling to have surgery, Cancer? Are some of you considering having cosmetic surgery in another country? I definitely want you all to please do your research. Okay, make sure that you are going to uh, a reputable facility. And I just say do your research before you do any surgery of any kind. But of course, make sure you know where you're going and that it is certified, reputable, and that you're in a safe place. Okay. Underneath the deck, see what it says? Meddler, bad advice, steering you in the wrong direction, giving advice only what's best for them, interfering, nosy, and two-faced. Like I said, Cancer, be careful and make sure that whoever is going to be operating on you is licensed and reputable. Underneath, we have boundaries. Like I said, okay, setting boundaries, saying no, learning to walk away. If you happen, listen, I feel like you guys, why is this coming in as a warning? I was not expecting this, but this is what is coming through. I'm getting an energy of, and this could be in a relationship, this could be in a situation where you're literally considering having some sort of a procedure done. And you need to ensure that this person is who they say they are, and make sure that this person that is, like I said, third party going in and doing things to you, that they know what they're doing. And this could be in a love relationship. I mean, but what I'm getting here is going to be for someone specific. This is a specific message here. Okay, for someone is what I'm meaning to say. This is not a general reading here. All right, so someone is getting a bit of a personal reading, I should say. And we have gossip here under the deck. I'm getting an energy of needing to talk to someone else, or at least run it by a close friend. You know what I mean? Run it by a close friend. And we have obsession, too much focus on one thing, stalking, addictions, infatuation, and uncontrollable urges. Um, Talking about it with a friend, and your friend may see something, or that may be, they may feel like it's off. Do you know what I mean? Definitely something that you want to have multiple conversations about with loved ones. I mean, this is a decision that you're making on with your life. Okay. I know it's your body and you have a right to do this and do that, right? But if you have family, friends, children, some of you, I definitely feel that there's this energy of needing to have more conversations with people before you make certain decisions. Run it by them. I don't know why this is falling out. Um, you guys, look at what just fell out. We have family, legal, lawyer, court, paperwork, and apology. Arrogant, rash actions, and insincere. I am just having warning bells about doing anything without talking to your family, making sure you have a living will in place. I mean, things like this. Okay. You don't want to do anything that you are going to regret later. There's an energy of doing things without thinking them through can have consequences. And some of this may even discourage you from having the procedure at all. And for some of you, this may be a good thing because I feel like, see, we have blocked under here, underneath the deck, blocked. Okay, moved on. You may decide after having these conversations that, you know what, I don't feel that it's worth the risk. Like if I have to go through all of this just to do this and do that, something that I know I could probably do with maybe diet and exercise over the next 2 years. I don't care how long it takes. Anything is better than not being with my family. So we have waves, see? Emotions, worry, and fear. See, you're going to be overcome. See, you have running, okay? Escape, denial, and excuses. So you're going to go. You don't want to be in a place where you're trapped and you've made this bad decision. You see what I'm saying? And there are no options and you're stuck and then bad things are happening. You don't want to be in that position. So what I'm getting from this here is that you're going to talk to your family. You may even talk to an attorney. You may think about what is going on, what you're signing off on, and it's going to overwhelm you, right? Because we have legal waves and trapped, right? Legal waves and trapped. There's an energy of this is going to overwhelm you. This is going to start to concern you, right? And from that point, you're going to realize, okay, that you don't want to be in a situation where you can't talk to your family, right? Where you're stuck or something is happening medically or you're no longer, around, God forbid. And then we have apology and running. So yeah, you're going to go from one place to another. Smexy was the first card that popped out, right? Yeah, gossip and obsession. So there's an energy of maybe being obsessed about this or to a point of talking to others. And, I feel like that obsession is going to turn into like a complete fear. And you're just going to be like, you know what? Just never mind altogether. I changed my mind. Interesting. Oh, okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay. That obviously wanted to come out here. coffin. 19, 1 plus 9 is 10. This talks about an ending, you know, and I feel like you may feel as though you're planning for this, you know what I mean, more than you are planning to have this procedure to give you more confidence, you know what I mean, or to give you an energy of, oh, I feel more attractive now, I feel better, I'm more aesthetically attractive. That's going to start to probably mean less to you once you start, the weight of what's happening starts to hit you. We have unexpected income. And again, for me, this is all about you not expecting for these conversations to go this way. Like you were just either doing your research about it or dotting your I's and crossing your T's, or talking to people about it and they were, steering you in different directions, and all of them had to do with doom and gloom. I don't know. But I feel like you didn't expect for it to go this deep, right? You just thought it was just a simple cosmetic surgery and out, a nip and a tuck here, and you would be all done. But after realizing that, there are consequences that could happen, we have great fortune here. And look, despair. I feel like it also is quite expensive as well. We have despair under the deck and we have poverty. Well, looky here. And pathway. To me, and change. See what I'm saying? This is all about you. This is going to lead you down a path of changing your mind altogether. You're going to realize that maybe this decision is not the best decision for you for multiple reasons. Financial and family. Okay? Financial and family. You're going to end up changing your mind based on these reasons, is what I'm saying. Okay? It's a great fortune to have to do this. See, this says, give your relationship a chance. And this is in the reverse. Work on your partnership. I feel that you are going to not continue on, and I mean, whatever the relationship is with this cosmetic surgeon or this medical, doctor, whoever is planning on doing this procedure, you're going to be changing your mind very quickly. True love, passion, love yourself first. Well, well, well. So your true love, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy and true love. I just feel like you're going to put things into perspective and your priorities are going to take over. Also, your love for yourself is much more important than whatever love would have come with the results as a result of having this cosmetic procedure. If you're no longer here, then, who's going to be there for your children, right? that is what your true passion and your true love is. And loving yourself, right? Self-care. That is the most important thing for you, right? Reconciliation. Let your friends help you and free yourself. So again, I feel like you're going to have help from the people that care about you. And that is all that you're going to need, I feel like. Yeah, I see you canceling whatever this procedure is that you were planning on doing, even though you're all in. You probably have built this relationship with your surgeon, which is typically the way it goes, you guys. I just know how it is, even with my surgeon for my hand, you guys. And this was like an accident. This was something that was unexpected. You know what I mean? That was actually required, right? I had to have some in-depth conversations with my surgeon, and we formed a bit of a bond and a trust. You know what I mean? So if they said that anybody else had to do my surgery, I'd have been like, I don't know, you know? Yeah. So he pretty much convinced me that everything would go a certain way, and I was very comfortable with that. And it's like a partnership. So I feel that someone from your past is returning to your life. Let your friends help you and free yourself. So there's going to be someone from your past, an old friend, that may assist you, you know, in having this conversation. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to come in, but that's what I'm getting. Oh, so what may have happened? You may have already somehow got locked into some things on paper, because legal is coming in. We've got paperwork, we've got reconciliation here, freeing yourself. There may be some contract. If this is truly a cosmetic procedure, there may be, like, you know, policy where you pay so much up front and then you pay the rest on the day of the procedure. And, you know, there may be some sort of a non-refundable portion, and there may be a situation where you're getting assistance in getting out of that because you're changing your mind based on safety factors. So there may be a need, okay, to have assistance getting out of this contract so that there is no financial detriment to you in any way. Do you understand? So let's see what the tarot messages say here. Because this was an interesting reading, y'all. So let's just see. Tell me about Cancer, please. Tell me about Cancer. What's the overall energy around Cancer, please? What's the overall energy around Cancer? We'll look at past, present, future. And for the sake of my hand, y'all, I'm going to have to cut these cards out. So for the past energy here, we have 8 of Pentacles in the reverse and the 6 of Wands. Okay. So this is talking about neglecting something, or someone neglecting perhaps themselves. okay, or working on themselves or failing to work on themselves with the Six of Wands. This is all about being seen, feeling, and I feel like there's energy of feeling like uncomfortable in public because of something. There's some sort of neglect, or in some way you have neglected yourself physically, and it's led to have this negative view of how others are looking at you or seeing you, okay? Because that Six of Wands is a public facing energy here, okay? So that was in the past. Current energy, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is all about slow moving, okay, but moving forward. And look, we have the Eight of Swords being blocked. So you may feel there may be this energy of, if I get cosmetic surgery, I can speed up the process. Things are going very slow. I'm committed to doing this, but it just seems as though it's taking forever. Or this could also be an energy of something that you were relying on that seemed like it was taking forever, and you just are stuck, right? So there's energy of wanting to do something to help speed this process up. But I feel like this process is not good for you. You know what I mean? So let's see, future energy, and then I'll clarify. So we have the High Priestess, okay? This is divine intervention, perhaps, okay, on the level of someone that knows better, okay? Divine guidance. This could also be intuitive, okay, your intuition, because I do feel like a lot of this is not just you talking to loved ones, right, and getting their feedback, but also I feel like your intuition is also kicking in to play here, because you are ultimately the one that is making the final decision. Remember, this is you. So, and look, it's interesting because this is not upside down, but this Ten of Pentacles is in the reverse, you guys. Okay, so this right here is all about making a bad decision, or this also talks about throwing your money to the wind. This can talk about having some sort of dispute or issue with your family members. Okay. So again, this is also someone who is intuitively seeing themselves throwing money down the drain, or perhaps putting themselves or even their family in a bad financial position, right? This is all about bankruptcy. You see what I mean? And so, yeah, this is intervention, or being intuitively shown this, okay, in some way. Interesting. Under the deck, wow. Nine of Swords. And look, Queen of Wands, that's that meddler. This is that card of someone who is getting in the middle, or someone who is, perhaps coming into a situation, right? But with the Nine of Swords, this is not good. Okay. Not good, especially when we're talking about cosmetic surgery. Okay. This is all about failure. And this is talking about a third party failing. And you think about surgery. Okay. You think of you think of God, okay, as the ultimate practitioner, right? And the doctor is typically what we see as the third party. And this is all about Yeah, this is under the deck. And we have the King of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. This is all about someone who is getting out of a situation. They're running to for safety. They are going towards whatever is the most safe, right? This is someone who thought that the grass was greener and was like, oh, it's not so green. And they're like, yeah, I'm out of here. Okay, this is someone who is all about wanting to be protected. This is also someone learning a lesson, or, they're realizing that maybe that wasn't the best decision. Okay, so this is good news. So let's clarify here. We're gonna look at this deck here. It's been a minute since I've used it. I just am so amazed at how you can go from using your hands one way and then you have surgery and it's like being a baby again. We have the Page of Cups here. And I'm clarifying, you guys, sorry, the Eight of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. So we have the Page of Cups. All right. So that talks about someone being in their head or thinking about something. I feel like perhaps the fact a lot of this is in your head, a lot of you feeling as though, you don't look good, or you don't to other people, or other people are noticing the fact that you aren't really working out or haven't been taking care of yourself. This is more of something that is mental for you. Look, the Five of Cups. Okay. Again, this is like something that you're disappointed about, but this is really in your head. Things didn't go the way you wanted to, but in your head, you've built it up that other people are, paying attention to you in this way. And this is causing you to feel insecure. Okay. It's causing you to feel insecure. Tell me about the Knight of Pentacles here and the Eight of Swords. This is all about something going slow, feeling blocked, feeling stuck, like it's just not moving, or it's going so slow to where it's like nothing appears to be happening. You're not getting the results that you are looking for quick enough. And so perhaps maybe looking for intervention of some kind. Oh, we got the Judgment card just came out here, right? This is all about self-evaluation, looking at yourself. This also is talking about having an awakening. But it's also really about looking at yourself. And I feel like being very judgmental. Okay? Being very judgmental. What else do we have here? Clarify. Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. I'm looking for two cards here. That's why. Let's cut one out. And the Ten of Pentacles here. Looking for quick results. Like I said, being very judgmental, but looking for things to happen like overnight. That Ten of Pentacles is all about a windfall, something coming in quickly, right? Getting a lot and not having to work for it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this cosmetic surgery procedure essentially is at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? Sudden changes. You have the Wheel of Fortune. And it's also very, very, very expensive. Very expensive. And I feel like you're weighing the cost. That's what this is. You are looking at how much it's going to cost. You're also looking at, with that Judgment card, what is the effect that it can have on you, right? You're evaluating the procedure. And I feel like there's going to be a reckoning and an awakening. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you are going to be like, listen, this is serious. What I'm getting ready to do is actually pretty crazy. I'm sorry for the term here, but that's the energy of how you're gonna feel, right? Tell me about the High Priestess here and the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. High Priestess and the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. High Priestess and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, we got the Eight of Pentacles in the upright now. Well. Okay, Eight of Pentacles in the upright. Look, in the Knight of Pentacles again with the Magician. You can do it no matter how long it takes. Look at this. Y'all, I can't. The Eight of Pentacles is all about you working on something, doing something yourself, realizing the strain. And I feel like there's going to be someone in your family is going to take a lot of issue with this. They're going to be like, listen, this could be dangerous. I don't want to lose you. We have the Eight of Pentacles with the Magician, and the Knight of Pentacles is coming out again. You got the Knight of Pentacles twice in this reading. You got the Eight of Pentacles twice. And in the past energy, it was in the reverse, right? There's an energy of you not doing the work yourself and then feeling some type of way about how others were looking at you. But in this case, the Eight of Pentacles is in the upright, and we have the High Priestess and the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. It's like it's almost like I'm more concerned about what my family thinks than anybody else. And, I can do this. I can do this no matter how long it takes. I can do this no matter how long it takes. Eight of Pentacles with the Magician and the Knight of Pentacles. I never question how these cards come out, y'all. When they fall out crazy, I don't. I ask for two, I get three. You know what I mean? I don't. When I look under the deck, I don't question it. If my intuition says take that card, I take that card. And look, we have the Wheel of Fortune here and the Magician. See what I mean? And look at this, the Tower. See, this foundation is falling. Everything that you had built yourself up to believe is falling, is crashing, it's changing. You are completely changing your mind. You're realizing that this may not be such a good decision. Okay, tell me about the Nine of Swords and the Queen of Wands. That's again doom and gloom, but it's like, why let someone else come in and potentially cause me harm? You know what I mean? The Ten of Cups is all about emotional security, happiness, and fulfillment. This is all about being safe as well with your family and your loved ones. That is more important to you. And also, I feel like there's an energy of being more secure with yourself and who you are, loving on yourself, right? We have the Two of Pentacles here under the deck. I don't know. I decided to just pull one card this time. Two of Pentacles, and we have the Sun. I feel like there's an energy of going back and forth here and then realizing or having an awakening, right? The sun also represents confidence, right? And this Two of Pentacles is all about insecurity. So we go from insecure to confident. Cancer, this is beautiful. That Ten of Cups refers to emotional stability, happiness, and security. All right. So we have the Hangman, the Nine of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. Look at this. See, there's an energy of you being happy with everything that you already have. With that Hanged Man and that Page of Pentacles, this is all about you walking away, recognizing that you're good enough, right? Recognizing that you are good enough, that you have everything that you need. And Hanged Man, this is again walking away from something or leaving something behind or leaving something, you just kind of are changing your mind about that. You're very, very unsure about making this decision. You've gone from one to a whole nother decision. You know what I mean? One spectrum to a whole nother spectrum. So, interesting reading, you guys. So, I don't know who out there is considering having cosmetic surgery. Yeah, but I see you guys changing your minds very quickly. So, is there any challenges that you may be facing, Cancers? Those of you who decide to have the surgery, we will look at that in the extended, because I do feel like there may be some of you who may be considering having this procedure. And, what if you do? What are some of the challenges that you may be facing? And what is the advice for those of you who are considering having cosmetic surgery? All right. The risk factors do change as you are of certain ages as well, but it's, there's risk factors for all ages of anyone having any type of invasive surgery or any type of surgery, you guys. Okay. I was very nervous just going in to have the surgery I was having, and that was for healing and therapeutic purposes. It was not cosmetic at all. So I definitely would be having all types of considerations about having an elective surgery, right? That's just me. So we'll look at that in the extended. We'll look at the challenges. We will look at the advice and any future oracle messages, and we will clarify everything with the tarot messages as we always do. And I will see you in the extended. We'll also do a Cancer versus all 12 at the end of the extended. If you would like to purchase the extendeds, they are available for purchase for $11.11. You can always go to my website or just email me and I will send you the link. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye.